Welcome back, vinyl community. We're shooting from a slightly different angle here, but figured we do it here in my studio. We're going to do a vinyl update, and I want to try to do these in try to do these in some sort of an order here. So let me see what we got here. That's probably the best place to start here. Here we have Mike Nesmith and First National Band, Nevada Fighter. This is on RCA Victor. Really good shape. Next you have Missing Links, the Monkees. And this is on Rhino, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Rhino. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. This is a Japanese copy, I believe Japanese. Yeah, Tokyo. It's on Arista. More of the Monkees. Rhino reissue. Other than that, water damage at the bottom there. That's mint. Almost unplayed, it looks like. Monkees head. Not in the greatest shape, but it's taken me a while to actually find a copy of this. It's on Call Gyms. And just got this in the mail about a week or so ago. It's the Monkees Good Times, 180 gram vinyl. And I don't recall what label this is on. Okay, it is Rhino. This is the new album that just came out. Their sleeve. I guess I don't have it with it. I have it somewhere. It came with a sticker sheet that I was going to show off, but do not recall where it's at now. Put that away there. If you haven't went out and listened to Good Times, definitely suggested. It's really probably their best album since the mid-60s. It's really fantastic. Next one here. Look for this one for a while. Finally picked it up. Ramones, Too Tough to Die. It's one of my favorite albums. It's on Sire. You see the camera shaking there. The cat is running around up there behind the camera. Here's the Mumford & Sons EP with a few other groups. They've went back to the more folk music oriented stuff. They did this with a few bands. They went to South Africa. It's a 10-inch on, I guess I'm not really sure what label it's on. Glass Note. Hey, quit, bud. Stop. I picked this up. Went on a trip the other day to there's a fairly large Books A Million about an hour and a half away from my house. Well, bigger than the one we have in our mall, but I picked up it's Bob Dylan in concert. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Brandeis University, 1963. This came out a few years ago. The label there, it's on an old fashion looking label. And it's on Columbia, but this is the Lost concert that I should have listened to back in the day when it came out. For some reason I didn't or never picked it up, but Yeah, I picked it for $11 at Books A Million. And it came with, sleeve it came in was this sleeve here. I'll show you what it did here. They made it like the old Columbia albums, where it would come in a very loose sleeve and you would peel off the side and you could put it in the back of the sleeve. I'm trying to keep it in that sleeve, but a very good concert. Alright, moving on to a few older ones here that I got maybe a month or two back. I'll move on to Beach Boys today. The sleeves aren't that great on these. The records look beautiful all summer long. Capital. And this one I've been looking for a while. I wanted to pick up a good copy, and said the sleeve's not in that great of shape, but the record itself is really good. And it's got that nice 1965 Capitol Records inner sleeve. I love that color on that. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Rubber Soul by the Beatles had that in there. Alright, moving on here. I picked this up. That's All the Best, Paul McCartney. 2-record set. Greatest hits. This was, can I hear Captain? This was probably the first Paul McCartney CD I had. Stop it, buddy. Really good collection of songs, and almost it's an unplayed condition. Like it's beautiful. Also at that same time picked up Give My Regards to Broad Street, another one that not necessarily hard to find. It's just it took me a little bit to find a copy for some reason, or a good copy. Records in mint shape, and the sleeve, both these for that matter, are in beautiful shape. I need to get sleeves on them. I haven't yet. Moving on to the last little leg of this vinyl finds is I put in a pre-order for the remastered version of Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. This album here. It's supposed to have more tracks on it, and it's supposed to be restored, far better quality. It's supposed to sound a hell of a lot better than this, which this doesn't sound bad, I'll give you that. It doesn't sound bad, but it's supposed to be really good. So I put in a pre-order for that. That should be coming here in a week or two, September. But at the same time, I picked up this here. Now I bought it on a whim because it was really cheap. And it says Shay, the good old days, which when I bought it, it was in this sleeve, so I thought this was the cover, but upon further research it looks like this was just an insert inside the album, and it's just a plain white sleeve. But feeling the back of this smooth and how rough this is, could have been pasted on at one point in time, I'm not sure. But bought it on the whim because it was cheap. Didn't really think about it because of how good the price was. Thinking it was the Shea Stadium concert, since it says Shea, the good old days. But lo and behold, it was not. The label there. It is actually the Hollywood Bowl show from 1964, but the complete show. Whereas this one and the new one are missing tracks that are on this complete show, which is really nice to have. This is the complete recording, you know, nothing edited out, everything on there. Labels mentioned like the first song being Twist and Shout and the second song being All My Lovin', whereas it's Twist and Shout, and you can't do that on one track, not mentioned here. She Loves You is titled in here. It's You She Loves. Same thing with If I Fell. It's labeled as Falling in Love. It's kind of funny. Really, no reason to hide the track listings. Trying to get away with something when you literally have every other song as the correct title and have the Beatles on the. Well, I guess it might not have been the cover. It could have just been the white cover, and this slipped inside. But like I said, really good price. See there. Definitely worth listening to if you get a chance. The sound quality is not as good as the 70s Hollywood Bowl show, or Hollywood Bowl album, and obviously more than likely not near as good as the new remaster will be. But that being said, it's not a bad recording. I'm going to guess more than likely it's the it was soundboard is what they used to record it on, because I know it was supposed to be an album back in the 60s and they didn't think that it sounded good enough, so they didn't release it. So I'm assuming it's the soundboard one. But it's from 64, and even considering everything else, I mean, it's fairly good quality. I mean, there's nothing you can't hear. It's a lot of screaming, but everything comes out pretty good. And it's nice to have the entire show, whereas this one is all mixed around with different dates and one listing. Like you got one song from 64, next one from 64, next one's from the year later. Stop it, buddy. So it's kind of weird listening to that one and hearing them mention new albums and whatnot and how it doesn't sync up, but it's nice to have the entire full concert. It does sound good. And stop it, buddy. And I really like these early bootlegs where it was just paper and they would just paste them on the front, which is, I'm guessing, what someone did with this. But yeah, it's a really nice package. I guess that's all I have for this final update. Is those. It's been a pretty good time for finds here lately. Especially with those the Monkees releases, which I'll pull one out again. All those Monkees ones except for Good Times. About a month or so ago, lady at my flea market said, "Oh, I'll come back next weekend and I'll have a bunch of Monkees albums." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll come back," and kept coming back, and she never showed up. And out of the blue, I went to my flea market again this past weekend, and there she had a big box of all kinds of Monkees albums, but kind of strapped on cash, so I could only pick out the very few that I wanted, which there was a couple Mickey Dolenz ones from the 80s, a couple Mike ones from the 80s. This one was the one from the 70s. Stop it, bud. But picked up those and definitely didn't want to pass. I don't have an original copy of Birds and the Beast and the Monkees, so I figured almost mint copy from Japan would be a really nice placeholder. And then picking up Missing Links, which I've never heard any of the unreleased stuff off of this, but it's all really good. If you have a chance to pick it up, I would. It's a really good album. So I guess we'll catch you next time. Is there anything that I missed here, any information I got wrong? Let me know in the comments.